What's going on, man? It's your boy Coach Saire. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to yet another video. If you haven't already, before I get into anything that I'm about to talk to you all about in this video, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. I will have the links in the description, and I will drop those for you all so that y'all can follow me and be up to date about all this informational and educational content behind playing the game of football at the wide receiver position. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get straight into the video. Y'all see the video, y'all see the title. I might get this question asked a lot. How can I better deal with press? How can I better get off the line of scrimmage? How can I be better at the line of scrimmage? I get this question a lot. I'm gonna cover all this for you all. I'm gonna tell y'all the 4 most important steps that I think as a wide receiver that every wide receiver needs to be able to get out the press effectively. So the first step, number 1 step, is studying your opponent and learning how defenders like to play. I can give y'all a quick story. So what I used to like to do in college, like I would go before warm-ups, before the game, I would go and watch, the opposing teams, DBs, warm up. The reason I was doing that is because I wanted to see how they was gonna play. I wanted to see, were they quick, were they fast, what type of energy they was bringing, what type of attitude they was bringing on the field. And this came from weeks and weeks before, hours and hours and hours of me studying their game, me studying their film, because I was possessed with, dominating my opponent. I was possessed with, being a student of the game. And you got to get to that point in your mind where you are so embedded in your success and you want to be so good that you do those type of things. Most people are not doing that. Most wideouts don't want to do that, don't want to go that extra mile, don't want to go that extra effort, but they say that they want to be really good. So step number 1, studying your opponent, watching film on them, studying their tendencies, their strengths, their weaknesses. If you don't know their strengths and weaknesses, how you going to expect to beat them? For real, ask yourself that. If you do not know your defenders' strengths and weaknesses, how are you going to expect to get open on them? How are you going to expect to get off the line of scrimmage? So you gotta you do that so that you can get mental images in your mind, so that whenever you line up in front of them, you already know what you already can know what they expect from them, because you done studied them, you done practice over and over, you done did enough practicing, you done got your reps in, and you got the mental representation of how the defender is going to play you. I say it all the time, being a wide receiver, it's about your skill, it's about your footwork, your routes, all that. But it's also about your mental aspect of the game. If you mentally locked in and you mentally locked into what you need to do, then you're gonna be just fine. So step number 1 to being better at the press is getting mental images of the defender, studying them, studying their traits, their characteristics, what foods they eating, where they hanging out, all that. For real, you got to be obsessed with dominating them at the line of scrimmage, and that's step number 1 to get better in press. So second step, and this is another one, man, comes down to being a student of the game. Second step is your hand fighting and being physical at the line of scrimmage. I got DeAndre Hopkins playing right here in the background, because if you watch NFL wide receivers, he is the most physical wide receiver at the line of scrimmage. You can throw Mike Evans in there as well, some of those physical guys. But the reason that they get open at the line of scrimmage, right? You notice that they're not the fastest, they're not the quickest. And honestly, you do not have to be the strongest to be physical at the line. But what it is that you need is you need to have some will and some aggression to you. As you can see, look at DeAndre Hopkins. Just look at how physical he is with getting the defender's hands off of him. And I'm going to tell y'all another hack that I used to do when I was playing wide receiver. The elbow and the wrist are the weakest parts of the arm. I don't care how strong a defender is, how big they are. If you can get their hands down, if you can slap their hands down, you'll be able to easily get off the line of scrimmage, no matter how strong or physical they are. So second step, being physical at the line and knowing how to play with your hands and knowing how to use your hands at the line of scrimmage. Step number 3, to me, would definitely be is selling your release moves. I always like to say, if you don't sell it, the defender will not buy. I got some of the most prolific wide receivers in the game today in terms of in terms of releases playing in the background, simply because of the fact that when you watch them play, when you watch them do their release moves, look at everything on their body. Look at their arms, look at their head and shoulders. Look how they're throwing, themselves in their in their releases. Look at their sticks. Like everything has to work on a core. Your hips got to work with your arms got to work with your feet got to work with your head and shoulders, like all that. And like I said, if you don't sell it, that defender is not going to buy it. So step number 3 is learning how to use your head and shoulders and sell your release and selling your move, no matter what type of move that you use, to get that defender to buy that move. The last step to me, step number 4, is mixing your releases up at the line of scrimmage. This is my personal favorite because you do not want to be a one-trick pony. What that means is you do not want to just have one release that you use all the time, because if you do, that defender is going to know that. They watch film just like you do. They're going to study you, and they're going to be able to stop. You don't want to put yourself in a box. You don't want to put yourself in any, you know what I'm saying, and you don't want to limit yourself. So what I mean by mixing it up at the line of scrimmage, you want to have multiple releases. Stutter release, double stick release, speed release, slide release, bully release, like all that, pull and go release. Like you want to practice every release so much so that when you get in the game, if a defender throws different things at you and he's playing a different way, you already prepared for it in your mind mentally, because you already done prepared physically. All you did was train and condition your mind to be better for whatever the defender throws at you. So, man, these are all the most important. I will be, breaking down some releases for you all. I will be providing some drills for you all to better prepare y'all releases, to help y'all truly develop y'all craft. But like I said earlier, if you haven't already and you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you follow me on my social media platforms, because I will be providing a lot of content for you all, educational content behind playing on the wide receiver position. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all keep working, bro. Keep developing your craft. You can be whatever it is that you want to be within this game. If you want to be really good, if you want to be talented, you want to go D1, you want to go to the NFL, you want to do whatever it is that you want to do. Put your mind to it, believe it, and then go and achieve it. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay blessed up. We out. Peace.